All right.
I'm gonna be comparing the coach gun and the sniper because it feels like I hit more damage on the sniper. It's just slower.
That would be the trade.
The thing that confuses me is they have the same damage.
Do they?
Yeah. Like, the sniper has more if I upgrade it, but it's not upgraded.
The snipers upgrade too.
Yeah, but my coach is +5. They're both 150 damage at this point.
Oh,
But it feels like my sniper just actually hits 150.
I don't know how damage numbers count in this game.
Neither do I.
Howdy, folks. I am the Backwoods Hunter, and with me here is the mighty HallowedSpectre.
Hello.
And today we are playing Remnant from the Ashes. This is episode 4. And today we are continuing our adventures through the city. Last episode, we went through the sewers, got to the church, talked about Gears of War, and then freed the Root Mother from her curse. And then talked more about lore. And now we are progressing through here, and eventually we'll end up back at Ward 13. We don't need to go to Ward 13 just yet, but we will end up there. So we're going to go through here for a bit, and then we're going to end up at Ward 13. I do see that there was a dungeon we missed up the north. So I say, yeah, I'm just looking at the map. So we're going to head up back there and go through that. So is there any other lore tidbits that I may know that you may want answers to?
I mean, nothing really comes to mind. I figure we'll
We'll uncover it as the game progresses.
Yeah. That's a dead end,
Nope.
ain't it? Ooh.
Yeah, just hug the right. Somehow we missed this last time.
I feel like we missed a lot last.
We
didn't
probably
even
did.
find it for last time.
We did. I meant last episode.
Oh. Correct.
We probably went through here last time we played.
Wait, didn't we just come from here, or is this a
No.
different sewer?
This is a different sewer. Because remember, we came from the church over there.
You're right, you're right.
So we'll head to here. We'll go to the checkpoint, and then we'll head back to Ward 13, yeah?
I'm down.
Do
Yeah,
you still have waiting for all players on the top of your screen?
It luckily went away after the...
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take a peek at the weapons, because, like... It took for... Right now, it's either between coach gun and sniper, but I hope that there's more weapons to come.
So I will go and find the Root Mother. I believe she's over here. No, she's over here. For some reason, it's very warm in my room. And I don't know if it's just because of the screens being on, or maybe it's the alcohol.
Greetings, child.
Might be the alcohol.
Alright, so should I talk to the Ward Mother while you deal with your shit?
Yeah, that's good with me.
Okay. I will catch you up on any lore that is important to me. But I will let everything go through for the viewers.
You have arrived at last.
Yes.
I feel much more myself. And less. No longer root. No longer human. It is age you seek. A road you pursue. You must find the one they call Founder. He alone knows the path you seek. But to find him, you must first open the labyrinth.
So we need to find the Founder to open the to find the labyrinth. No, we need to find the labyrinth to find the Founder. And we need the Founder to achieve our goals, which is destroy the root. So, what is the labyrinth?
It is a crossroad of many places.
A crossroad.
The Founder journeyed there, beyond my sight. I guided him to the labyrinth, as I guide you. Look to a great.
I'm very close to giving it and also getting the hunting rifle.
The path to its source is protected.
The hunting rifle is what I have, right?
Yeah.
Slay the beast, seek the light beyond, and the keeper of the labyrinth will make himself known to you.
Okay. So, in order to get the labyrinth, we have to kill the root beast. And once we kill the root beast, the labyrinth keeper will show himself to us. And from there, we should be able to find, like, we'll be able to go through the crossroads and eventually find the founder.
Wait.
Okay.
And she gives us a boon.
Can offer to fight back against that which would erase us all. You carry
A piece of the dragon's heart is what we carry.
I can improve it.
She can improve it.
Make it stronger. The root is selfish with its strengths, but with this, you may stand a chance. Great forces are wielded among the worlds, but they need not be exclusive. I have lost
What
much.
can you offer? Okay, so we need a simulacrum and a bunch of luminite crystal, and then 1,000 scrap in order to upgrade our dragon shard. And when she upgrades our dragon shard, it gives us
Take care.
more charges.
Okay.
We did some. Told them I couldn't have done. I'm only sorry we didn't. Both gone now. But hey, if
What have you got for us? You got just raw iron and some craft, some stuff.
Till
Okay,
next
that's
time.
fine. What is this guy? The guy with the gas mask. He has a name. What is your name? It's Scratches, right? Your name? He's Whispers. New here. Got no speech. He speaks through a chalkboard. He speaks through chalkboard and chalk. He scribbles on it. Good with threads. Make your armor nice. Bring glowing fragments. How long have you been at Ward 13? Scribbles. Few weeks. Left the gang. Came here. Lady upstairs finally let me in. What happened? Why did you leave the gang? Getting old. Ain't no getting old out there. What happened to your voice? Stabbed in the neck. Still alive. Let's look at his wares. Oh, so he has... Okay, so for glowing fragments, he has skins for your armors. Okay, that's actually kind of sick, not gonna lie. I can get a bunch of helmet skins.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that one's kind of cool. He also seems to have a few rings on him. Like actual rings, not skins. Okay, he has the Black Cat Band. When taking fatal damage, instead of dying, where his health drops to 1 and movement speed will increase by 25 for 10 seconds. 2-minute cooldown. Requires 200 glowing fragments and 20,000 scrap. The next one is the Bright Steel Ring. Requires 25,000 scrap and 250 glowing fragments. Gives the wearer the fastest evade roll regardless of their armor encumbrance. That's pretty good.
That does sound good.
And then the White Rose Amulet increases all damage dealt by 25 for each unequipped firearm. That's pretty bad, actually. So at most you can deal 50 plus 50 melee damage for having no ranged capabilities. That's pretty bad.
If you want to dip in a fully melee, I guess it's good. Also, look at the scrap.
Why would you do that, though? He scribbles. Bye.
I maxed out the sniper.
You maxed. Oh, what you maxed out what you can do with the sniper?
Just +5, yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's a lot of money for literally everything. Okay.
Yep. There's a reason why I've never dealt with him.
Bloodletter stuff. Oh, the glowing fragments. That's what we were finding earlier. Oh, that's the we could also craft like hero equipment at the other thing, which required glowing fragments, but I don't know how to get them, and that required like 100.
Glowing fragments, I think, come from later enemies.
I see.
I think it's late game stuff, or mid game at most, at easiest.
Yeah, because
Thanks a lot.
all of these require
There's
glowing
no way
fragments.
bringing a human root hybrid into the ward could backfire on us. All right then.
Okay, for the
Okay, bye.
Shadewood, we can get the Rattleweed mod, which shoots a projectile that summons a Rattleweed upon impact with 200 health and draws aggro on enemies within 10 meters for 10 seconds. Does not affect powerful enemies. Not really useful for us,
Work to do.
but since you did upgrades, I shall also do upgrades.
Oh, you can just buy iron for money?
Yes, it's not worth it.
Yeah, not really.
I want to say the Hero Sword and the Adventurer's Goggles, I'm pretty sure they relate to the... It's either the prequel or the game that became before this one. I think it's a prequel. And...
Well, okay.
What?
Sorry. Do you want to play on harder mode?
Harder mode?
Rank of the Admiral. Damage received is increased by 300%. All damage dealt is increased by 15%. It's $2. We have 3,000.
Be safe out there.
And what is this? It's a ring?
I mean, I bought it. Do you get it if I buy it? I don't.
No.
Buy from this dumbass here.
Wow.
Greetings, Fred. Here you go.
Ring of the Admiral. Damage received is increased by 300%. All damage dealt is increased by 15%. That is so bad.
It's really bad. It's actually just making the game even harder.
You don't need that. We don't need that. I bought it, but we don't. Well, I'm not equipping it.
Okay.
Hold on. Wait. I want to go. I want to go talk to what's her fuck the lady. Not the ring. Not the Earth Mother, but the Ward Mother. Oh yeah, here's where you find the I think this is, yeah, this is the Root Mother's original like diary.
Nice. Oh,
So-
do you think there's like hidden weapons we can find in the ward?
There's not hidden weapons, but at least I don't think there's any weapons, but I do know there's lore and another trait we may be able to find. That is if we can access it.
Just come back. Where the hell did it go?
Is she?
So rather than talk to the lady, I'm gonna
There's a lot
go.
of crap. Holy shit.
That was not a small amount of scrap. No. I'm gonna head downstairs real quick and see if I can't get there. That's not it. Can we head into here? Oh, we can. Okay, sick. Hey, come down here. Head over to Reggie, and there should be a door that leads to staircase.
No, I see you. Oh, you're just snooping around. I can see you through walls. Yeah, I'm holding back on upgrading my pistol to 5 or in my melee weapon any farther because I figure we'll find something more.
I upgraded my melee weapon because it's just the sword.
That's fair. I was hesitant. No, not hesitant, sorry. I was just kind of like upgrading all my stuff regardless because we didn't find other weapons the other time, so I didn't know if we actually got any. So I was like, oh, like I guess we just like pick between long, mid, or short range. But no, there's other weapons.
There are other weapons, just that there's few and far between. This is a computer. Hit any key to continue. No authorized access. System diagnostic. Testing uplink. Testing memory. Both successes. So what's the email? 09. So on in September, the 15th of September, 1968, security protocol update from Commander Nathan Haskell to all. Subject, security protocol update. Due to recent events, we will be amending our security protocol to require an additional photo ID check upon entry to Ward 13. Entry will still require use of personal security cards. However, an additional ID check will be performed upon entry to the ward. All security officers have been notified of the change, and the new protocol will take effect immediately. Commander Nathan Haskell. I wonder, what happened? What happened in here?
Hit any key to continue. Aww.
Is there a lot?
There's 4 options, and that's a lot.
I'll take a look at it. Oh, hey,
Yeah,
I can see what you're doing on the computer.
Yeah, I was just peeking with my cyberscope.
I will go with system diagnostic. Both as accident. Report. Subject 2419-1. Preliminary observations and findings. Author Dr. Belinda Marsh. Operations Research and Analysis Manager Ward 13. Abstract. Commander Neville has asked for recommendations on which world should be chosen for a first physical expedition. Subject 2419-1 is the second dreamer bonded to the so-called Fuzzies world, but the world has changed drastically since the loss of the previous dreamer. With a new guardian entity, the new invading species, and widespread alterations to the world and inhabitants, it is fair to say that it is no longer the Fuzzies world, and it is highly dangerous. It is my recommendation that we do not send a physical expedition to this world at this time. Keywords. Subject 2419. Gabriel. Hassa. Dreamer. Fuzzies. Root creatures. Root creatures. Background. Last year, Subject 2419, known as Gabriel, died in the Dreamer's chair when his guardian entity was killed by the inhabitants of his world, informally known as the Fuzzies. The Fuzzies were intelligent and warlike, yet they were caring towards each other. We still do not know why they turned on their guardian. In February of this year, we were finally successful in connecting a second dreamer when Subject 2419-1, herein referred to as Casa, bonded to what appeared to be a new guardian in the same world. We have been feverishly gathering data ever since. Preliminary findings. Casa's world is almost completely unrecognizable from before. Gabriel observed what appeared to be a massive living organism populated by small fur-covered creatures called Fuzzies. Casa, however, sees a world covered in root-like growths, with little of the original landscape visible underneath it. Fuzzies are rarely seen at all, at least not alive. The world is now populated by a new, violent species of creature. It is unclear where this new species came from. We saw no evidence of them in Gabriel's recordings, but they have eliminated a large percentage of the former population in a very short time. The new species appear to be plant-based, bearing a resemblance to motile trees or roots. These creatures are violent and destructive, actively hunting the Fuzzies, slaughtering them, then leaving the bodies behind while they hunt more. We believe there may still be Fuzzies alive and in hiding, but given the ferocity of the root species, it is unlikely they will remain so very long. Conclusion recommendation: I believe the Fuzzies will not survive without some kind of intervention. However, I cannot recommend that a human scouting party visit Casa's world at this time. It is likely the root species will treat us the same as the Fuzzies, and given the speed and ferocity with which they fight, a lone scouting party will not stand a chance, even with modern weapons. For now, I believe it is best that we continue our observations to learn what we can about this new species before engaging them. Oh fuck, there's more. Email, draft, dearest Reg, I know you're dying to learn what the government's been doing since I've moved to Ward 13. There's so much to tell, I don't know where to start. The red crystals weren't anything we thought, Reg. They're not power sources at all, they're conduits through space itself. I know, I wouldn't have believed it either. Wait until you see what they're doing. They've connected test subjects, dreamers they call them, to some kind of guardian entities in other worlds. I don't mean other planets, I mean parallel worlds, side by side with Earth, but completely inaccessible apart from the crystals. Fort and Hasgard, you remember Captain Ford. He was the recruitment official who visited us at the university. Have a few dreamers on an atoll offshore, and the preliminary reports sound like fairy tales. Fauns, goblins, even magic. Of course, it can't actually be magic, but it certainly feels like it based on our currently understanding of physics. It's hard to explain without being able to show you, Reg, but they won't let that happen until your transfer goes through. I don't even know if they'll allow this letter out, to be honest. It's fine, I'll show everything in person when you arrive. Our ward already has 2 dreamers connected. I'm supervising the activating of a third in a few days. Gabriel, they call him. Though I get the feeling it's not his real name. I can't wait to see what he sees, to start investigating some of these worlds for myself. We're on the verge of something amazing, Reg. So much more of the universe than anyone thought. Even Einstein. What wonders might be out there, just lying in wait for our discovery. See you soon, Belinda. So Captain Ford, I remember now, Captain Ford was the original name of the founder. Harsgard was the original person in charge, but when the Root invaded and the dragon broke out and whatever, Ford took charge because Harsgard died. Okay. Casa. Eureka, it's taken us months, but we finally have connected a dreamer to Gabriel's world. Subject 2419 is online. The new bonded entity is vastly different from the previous one. Visual recordings are dim, but audio is greatly enhanced, so much so that our equipment cannot accurately record all of it. The new Guardian is belligerent towards the inhabitants. Malicious, even. I suspect it shares memories with the previous Guardian, consciously or not. It knows what the Fuzzies did and treats them accordingly. Fascinating. Physical expedition. It sounds like the high-ups are planning an honest-to-God physical expedition to one of the worlds. Commander Neville has requested all operations managers to submit our recommendations. Given the things we've seen since bringing Casa online, the Guardian, the root creatures, the massacres, I think it's obvious what our stance has to be. June 20th, 1968. Casa's equipment is going bonkers. It keeps resetting itself to a specific set of parameters. Not just the dreaming harness, but the recording equipment, diagnostics, and even the life support. The effect seems to be coming from Casa herself, but none of us understand how that's possible. Per procedure, we've tried to sedate and reboot Casa, but that has proven impossible. The system ignores our commands for sedation. Reg has tried physically administering the drugs, of course. The system automatically applied a reversal agent. I'm concerned if we try to overpower the system, we will end up killing the dreamer. On the other hand, it may be our only option if this feedback loop doesn't resolve itself. We'll continue our observation for now, but after what happened to Gabriel and Clementine, I'm worried. They're everywhere. The root creatures from Cass's world. We were unprepared. How could we? They attacked so quickly. Reg is dead. So many are dead. We've lost contact with wards 16, 17, maybe others. Those of us still alive have locked ourselves in Cass's room for now, but it won't be long before we're discovered what the hell is happening. They're after the dreamers. They've killed all but Cassa already. It's just a matter of time, except they aren't pounding on our door. They know we're in here. If they're after dreamers, why would they leave us alone unless... Oh god, it's Cassa. She's the gate. That's what I have to do then. We don't have any other choice. If we leave this room, they'll slaughter us. If I'm wrong, well, one more dead dreamer won't matter much if we're all dead. Abandoned. It's done. The system fought us at every turn. And the root creatures began pounding at the door as though they knew what we were trying to do. But it's over. She's dead. And the root are still out there. We're preparing to do one final run for it. I don't know how far we'll get, but we'll die if we stay here. Harsgard's dreamer was the feedback loop, too. Was in a feedback loop. We have to tell them. I was right about her being the gate, then file corrupted.
I see.
So, from what we can gather from what we have, they were doing... Oh. Just listen to this.
Fuck is Elder now? Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to earlier.
Experience! Wait, did we just dump all of our grade points into that now?
That's what I was saving for.
What do you think is a good place to stop?
I stopped at experience plus. I experienced 10%, but that's because I haven't been dumping any experience into anything.
Okay, I'm at 10.
We can, I think you can probably go up to 20, but I'm not gonna dump 20 points into that. 10 is good enough for me.
What does teamwork do again?
Teamwork. It says in the bottom left right there. Increases damage reduction, XP gain, mod power generation by 5% per teammate when within range.
Oh, and it just increases the range? I don't give a fuck.
As long as we stick together, it's fine.
15 meters is like pretty generous. Increasing it by 1 each levels. I don't care.
Honestly, I don't really need Shadow Walker. I'm gonna upgrade. Honestly, I'm gonna upgrade endurance. Endurance by 2.
Endurance is pretty good for me. Actually, I like mod power generation.
So that sound was an audio recording, as I recall, that they were able to pick up from Casa's world. That was the sound of the root in Casa's world.
Delicious.
If I remember correctly. A fuse, which will be useful later.
Red light's always good.
Yep.
I got stuck on the table.
I don't think we can break this stuff. So this helps give us a setting as to why the root invaded. Here's another computer. Log. No signal. Subject 2409 is online. Vitals are stable and receiving no visual information. But the audio consists only of a low % rumble interspersed with seemingly random series of clicks. Attempts to find a pattern in the clicks have so far been fruitless. I'm convinced they're nothing more than signal noise, perhaps errors in the recording equipment amplified by the dreamer's subconsciousness. Or perhaps there's no signal at all. We've never tested what happens when a dreamer connects with nothing. Most likely, Dr. Harsgard read the runes wrong, awaiting confirmation. Ward 16 reply. Harsgard claims he's not wrong and suggests we continue monitoring. We'll do so only as SCYA. It looks like we're stuck here for a while. Note from Private Waters. Dr. Isato, I heard a change in the audio last night for about 20 minutes, starting at 0211. I heard some kind of singing. It's the only way I can think to describe it. It was on top of the regular rumble and clicks. I left the tape in your office for your review. Also be advised that I may have seen an anomaly on video as well. A brief, very faint pulse of light during the time of the audio anomaly. It may have been an artifact on the screen, though, or even my imagination. It was very late after all. Okay, so that was the audio that we heard. I lied. I deceived you.
No.
There was that singing sound. So, whatever the fuck it was, I'm fairly certain that it was the... I have no confirmation of this, but I'm fairly certain it was the root. It was the sound of the root in whatever the hell this subject connected to in this empty expanse of nothing. That was the root. Light show. Hell, I owe Harsgard $10 for about 2 hours on April 6th, 1966. So 2 years before Casa connected to her world. Subject 2409's visuals lit up like a goddamn 4th of July. Dozens of lights pulsed on and off. No pattern we have yet discerned. Colors varied but remained mostly between blue and yellow wavelengths. After approximately 145 minutes, the pulsing began to decrease in frequency, and by T plus 160, it ceased entirely. Audio was unchanged during this time. Finally, we have proof the streamer's connected to something. Harsgard is never going to let this drop. Error, error, error. So 3 other logs that are there that no longer have any reading.
Well, there's 2 computers for you to read, 1 in each.
Okay, I'm gonna pause. We're close to ending this recording. I'm gonna go through these computers and then we'll end her out.
Yeah, this can be the lore episode.
This is just gonna be the lore section. I'm gonna go through This one with the bloody corpse and the 2 bodies in here. 4 bodies, should I say?
Love corpse.
System diagnostic, everything is ready. Log. Gabriel. The dreamer known as Gabriel, subject 2419 is online. Date is coming faster than we can deal with. Gabriel's bonded entity guards a literal living world, some kind of massive biological organism that houses the guardian within it. The ground is flesh and responds to stimuli. The air is thick with moisture. Well, I'm taking it right. The breeze shifts cyclically, like breathing. The inhabitants of the world are equally fascinating. Small, fur-covered bipedals we've dubbed fuzzies, for their resemblance to the creatures from H. Beam Piper's novels. Feel free to look up H. Beam Piper to see what novels he wrote. They appear to be sentient. They have no spoken language, but they build tools and structures from the bone-like growths found throughout their world. These observations are preliminary, of course, but they're so exciting. A new species, first contact. What revelations might we uncover? There's an error. Fuzzy distrust, this entry is called. Oh. Ah.
Wow.
Huh. I'm sorry, I went from wine to vodka, and that was a shift.
That sounds like a good switch.
Fuck off. The Fuzzies have been acting stranger. At first, they had a kind of god-worshipper relationship with Gabriel's entity. But we've recently seen signs of fear and distrust. A few even threw rocks at their guardian. Could Gabriel's bond have somehow caused this? We've been very careful to observe only, not to interfere, but maybe the Fuzzies detected some subtle change we could not predict. Too subtle for us to notice, yet strong enough to cause a violent reaction? That seems implausible. A minority of my team is concerned this will affect our experiment. One team member is concerned Gabriel himself might be in danger, though I've seen no evidence of that. Gabriel's vitals have been unaffected by the random attacks. A more valid concern is that the very act of observing is affecting what we observe. That may be valid, but it's not a reason enough to wake the dreamer. Not yet. Which, the whole observing affecting what is observed is linked to quantum mechanics, but that's beyond you. I know for a fact that'll just go right over your head. I trust that you understand that the very basic of quantum mechanics is looking away from something and it affecting like the particle experiment. When you look away from something and it has a wider range of particles being shot, and then when you look at it, it has a very fine line of particles being shot.
Interesting.
Okay, that went completely over your head. I will.
What do you mean?
I look. Don't lie to me.
You explained it to me, and I was like, okay.
I explained it to you, but I know that it did not register in a way that means you understood it.
It did. It's very weird.
It is okay. You got that it is very weird. Yes. Okay.
It just kind of doesn't make sense.
Here's the best way to explain quantum mechanics. Weeping angels.
Yeah.
When you look at them, they will always be one way. But as soon as you look away from them, they could be whatever the fuck you don't know. But as soon as you look at them, they will be that one way again. So with the quantum particle experiment, when they ran it and didn't have any sort of recording, like all they had was the register, like target register, and they started shooting the particles. It shot the particles like all over the place. Like it was like a shotgun blast. But when they turned on the cameras that would pick up the particles, it only shot in a straight line. Does that help explain it better?
mean, I kind of understood it better
Kind of?
before.
Okay.
It was. Yeah.
Okay, it was explained better before. All right. Then I will shut up and I will continue reading.
Boogie.
Valkyrie run after Wake the Dreamer. Okay. Another errored log, and then uprising. Gabriel was attacked today, or rather the Guardian was. We're combing our records for any sign of provocation on our part, but so far I've found nothing. Gabriel's been completely passive, allowing the Guardian to act independently. Most likely whatever's happening predates Gabriel's bond. There have been more calls from the team to wake Gabriel, still a minority, but it's true that his heart rate rose briefly during the attacks, but there were no other signs the attack affected him in any way. I've ordered observations to continue. We will see this through. An errored log. Termination. Subject 2419 has been declared dead on Sunday, April 3rd, 1966. His guardian was killed and his body consequently suffered a cardiac arrest. We lost input immediately. Needless to say, my team is devastated, and yet this presents exciting new information. This is the first time a dreamer has died in the chair. Tragic though Gabriel's death is, it proves the bond between dreamers and guardians is even stronger than we knew. Research in the fuzzy world has been put on hold for now. Our previous observations and these log entries will be transferred to another room for study, while Gabriel's chair is prepared for the next dreamer. I know we'll be back. There's so much yet to learn. What happens when a world's guardian dies anyway? So, if you remember, Casa became the next world's guardian. Became that world's guardian. Or observer, rather.
Yeah.
And when she logged in, the world had changed to the root. So either the world, so what I think happened when a world's guardian dies is that it opens the gateway for the root to attack. Perhaps maybe guardians are meant to keep a world in balance, and where the world becomes unbalanced and a guardian dies from the actions of the inhabitants or what have you, becomes imbalanced, or perhaps it just opens the door for the root to walk in. So either the root are a scourge that clear through the multiverse, as they do, and the guardians are meant to push them back through their existence, or if a guardian dies, the root comes in to wipe out an entire world and take it out of the equation. It's like, this world is no longer viable, clean it out. And that is the root's purpose. Those are my two theories. I'm going to read this terminal, and then I'm going to check that hallway, and then we're going to call the episode.
Makes sense. I mean, the Chosen have to have something to do with it too, because if we show up in dire times, then we must also be a factor along with the Guardians of the Root.
Maybe. So far, all that I know is that we are unique to humanity. I don't know that there's any Chosen of any other species. I think we're a human-only thing.
Indomitable spirit.
Indomitable human spirit. AC is what this entry is called. In this room, please keep the air conditioner on at all times. The Dreamer's entity lives in a frozen world, in some places colder than recorded measurements on Earth, and seems to reflect aspects of that bond. In particular, she shows physical signs of discomfort at any temperatures above 55 degrees, which is in the minuses for Fahrenheit, if I understand my calculations correctly. 55 degrees Celsius, I have to check this. 55 Fahrenheit to Celsius is 12 degrees in Celsius. So that's a relatively warm autumn day. In mid-autumn. Not like coming off of summer to autumn. That's full stuff autumn. That's 12 degrees. That's... Okay, maybe not a warm autumn day, but that's a solid autumn day.
Yeah.
That's... You'd be wearing long sleeves and a scarf. Interesting. Those working in this area are encouraged to wear layers. Error, minor abnormality. This guardian came across a clutch of orphaned polas. Apparently, they had been lost in a blizzard, but the effect on Clementine was unexpected. Her noradrenaline levels dropped. Her body showed signs of lacrimation. Most of the team believes the guardian, the dreamer, or both, were saddened at the discovery, but we have no record of guardians ever having or eliciting emotions. If only we could record emotional states somehow. It's unfortunate that we can't speak to the dreamers without waking them, and that we can't wake them without risking loss of the bond. New procedures. FYI, per Commander Neville's orders, we have sedated Clementine until her noradrenaline levels return back to normal. I guess this is now standard operating procedure whenever a dreamer exhibits any potentially unstable behavior. I suspect the source of this edict is Captain Ford, after what happened to Gabriel, and with Harsgard about to connect a new dreamer to this clawbone entity. I'm guessing Ford doesn't want any more unnecessary risks. He's probably right. Fun fact. Noradrenaline is an organic chemical found in... What is the function of noradrenaline? Regulation of arousal, attention, cognitive function, and stress reactions. That doesn't tell me. Why would it be increased? I'm trying to figure out what the purpose of noradrenaline is, and it's just telling me how it affects the bodily functions. That's not helpful. Internet? Okay. Janitor. Could someone please tell the janitor to leave the AC alone? This is the third time we've had to reboot Clementine this month. Error, last frame. Okay. You may be looking at this screen. Don't swipe at me like that. That scared the shit out of me.
It was a misclick.
You may be scanning this. That first paragraph is just jumble mumble. Clement blah, 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 disintegrated at all. Rather, I think she shifted somehow, that she still exists somewhere along everything else, including the poor janitor. Unfortunately, as to why, I have only conjecture. Reviewing Clementine's final tapes shows, and in the very last frame, in one darkened corner, you can see, so is this clawbone? Arsgard always described his unknown entity in fantastic terms. What if he wasn't exaggerating? We know he brought his dreamer online at approximately the same time Clementine disappeared, after all. And I said conjecture, but... So, Clementine literally disappeared, as you can see with this orb. This...
And the janitor died for messing with it for fourth time.
The janitor was just sort of caught in this orb. This implies to me that some sort of warp chicanery happened centered on the dreamer. Like, you know how sometimes when like there's like those warp implosions in sci-fi, it just leaves those perfect spheres? Yeah. I think that happened here with that with that teleportation. So we'll enter this room, which I don't think there'll be much to be found here. There's a stairs with a locked door.
Oh my god, we can put a key here if we had it.
There was a static sound and then things went quiet. That scared me.
Yeah, we don't have a key, but
we don't have a key. We can come back here later.
We have a fuse and a key card, so we're gonna keep exploring. We're
gonna keep exploring until like if we find where the fuse goes, we'll start the episode there. But we'll explore the rest of the facility, and if we don't find anything, stop it. If we don't find anything, we'll just start the next episode back at the checkpoint. But as it stands, I'm going to stand in this sphere. As it stands, we're going to call the episode there. If you liked the video, be sure to like, comment, maybe subscribe, or don't. I'm not your dad. Feel free to check out this video in the funny card right there. That is a video that YouTube thinks you will like. If you don't trust the algorithm, or if you'd rather some psychological with your horror, why don't you check out my Signalis playthrough that I happened to play through earlier this year? It's like Resident Evil, except it squeezes your brain in the strange ways. Maybe the right ways, maybe the wrong ways. You won't know until you try it out. At that, why not check out Spectre's channel down in the description below? He hasn't recorded or uploaded in like 2 to 3 years. Who gives a shit? He's got good stuff up there. I'm even on there. At any rate, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!